Hi guys and gals, and welcome to another video. This video is over Destiny 2's data caches that you can collect around Mars, and well, when I say collect I mean shoot them. The weapons that you'll be needing will probably be scout rifle, sniper, basically anything that you think will be useful. I will tell you that these are completely out of order. So like on the right hand side you'll probably see like 26 out of 45 on some of them, or like 1 out of 45. There are a few of them that I already like got, and I either was streaming that day or my recording screwed up. Other than that, this took a very long time to do, and a lot of editing to do to get everything in the right order. But basically you can get 25 of these within the first mission of Mars that you do, or you can come back whenever you complete the storyline, which the storyline isn't very long, it's very short, which I was very sad about. But anyways, you want to spawn into the glacial drift and head over to the Olympus descent. And then behind this warsat on the left hand side there will be a kinetic or any type weapon data cache that you can get. I will be showing where the locations are at on the map as well, so that way you guys know. There will be a few again that I missed for some reason of not doing. I don't know why, but there should be a total of 45 whenever you are finished with this. Next, you want to head down the normal path whenever you're heading backwards to the story beginning of Mars, and you want to stay mainly on the right hand side here. There, towards the end of the right hand side, there's like these thing for like a strike or something. I'm not too sure. I haven't done the strike yet. But this next one will be void, so make sure you have like a void weapon of any sort. It doesn't really matter so long as you're able to shoot and destroy it, because you got kind of a time limit to do it, and it takes a lot of bullets to do this. So you have to be pretty precise on your bullets, so that way you're not like wasting it and all that stuff. But this is basically a complete walkthrough. You're basically seeing me do it from beginning to end. I had to cut this video up. It's taken me so long to cut this video up because I had 8 videos to go through, and I still missed some that I forgot to record for some reason. But I went back and tried to show where they were at. But basically now you're heading to the next area, which is the beginning part. And you want to make sure you get the enemies killed wherever you go, so that way they don't distract you on whenever you're trying to be precise on shooting. But this data cache is located up top, on top of the cliff that you just spawned in. Behind, I think, is where it was at. And it's really hard to see, but it's there. And it's a kinetic weapon and or any weapon type shoot. I will say too, there are 3 Valkyrie data caches you will have to use for the Valkyrie, and I recommend just waiting for like a public event instead of like doing the protocol, because it is so hard whenever that thing is activated and you're trying to do stuff. But anyways, you're going to head back to the glacial drift, and the cave that you just went into to go to the Olympus descent, right before you enter that cave, on the right hand side at the top on a little cliff, there is a kinetic or any type damage data cache, as you can see on the map. And again, it's take your time, be precise. You get a couple cool things, which I'm actually super proud about of having. Again, close by the spawn of the glacial drift, on the left hand side where this bridge is at, it will be an arc data cache. I just used my grenade launcher. It just made it easier. And for any of like these like weapon like damage ones, the element damage ones, I recommend using like a sniper or rocket launcher or grenade launcher. If it's far away, try to stick with like a scout or a sniper. I didn't have any snipers on me, and whenever I was doing this video, I wasn't thinking about doing with snipers. It just didn't come to mind at the time because I was just trying to get my weapon kills for my pistol and everything else like that. But heading over towards the Lost Sector, and you want to look back towards the spawn, there is a Kinetic. It looks Kinetic. It might actually be Arc. Little data cache in a cliff that you can clearly see, and you'll see them kind of like, I guess the word would be shimmer or glimmer. I say glimmer a lot because shimmer just means like they sparkle, which I mean they do technically, but it is Kinetic. I just decided to go ahead and try to keep using my Midnight, only for the simple fact of area of effect damage, and it does help, especially with them being far away in these weird spots and everything else like that. But again, showing it on the map. Now, whenever you get your first 35, you'll be able to get your sword, and then once you hit 45, you'll be able to get the rest of the stuff. But the next two are located in the Lost Sector of Madium Subterrane. This one is located, it's Kinetic. Of course, I used my pistol that was flame on it. It is located next to Prince Uldren's little ship, and I'll let the recording play for you guys so that way you guys can hear it. I thought it was pretty interesting. Though I'm a lore fanatic, so I know he survived. But I'll play it for you guys so that way you can hear it. And I'll have lore videos coming out soon, hopefully.
It's a crashed ship that bears some fallen insignia. Let me check the logs, see if I can figure out where it came from. It belonged to Prince Uldren. What is it doing on Mars? Do you think he knows about Rasputin?
So basically, Ghost confirmed that Rasputin, or that Prince Uldren is on Mars and that he is alive. Though we get information about that in the lore for the Dreadnought and stuff like that from Destiny 1. This next one is a Kinetic one. It's down below. You could shoot it from where you were at, where Prince Uldren was at, but I was just looking around at the time and I just so happened to see a glimmer of light. But anyways, you want to exit the Lost Sector after you complete it and get these 2 data caches or whatever you want to do. And you want to make sure you head right. And jumping on top of these rocks, you kind of look at the lights and you see like this glimmer. It's like a really small blue light, and it's like, okay, is that like part of something, or is that a data cache? That's a data cache, and it's blue, it's arc. So I will say there are a lot of these that are just Kinetic. I would say over majority of them are Kinetic damage only. So, well, not only, but Kinetic damage or any type of weapon damage. So there's a lot more of Kinetic than there is, you know, Void, Solar, Electricity, and Valkyrie. Valkyrie, there's only 3, which is good because you don't want to be using those things like crazy. And then going into where you just shot the arc, there is another one that is a Kinetic at the top above this like air duct, I think, or wherever it makes the air flow through. I think it would be called an air duct. I don't know. My brain's not here right now. I'm recording this super tired, so I apologize if I sound kind of like my voice is cracking and shaky. I'm super tired recording this. I've been trying to get this video cut up for like the past few days. And I just finally finished cutting it up today, so I hope you guys have this helpful. I know it is a tad long, actually extremely long, but I wanted to make sure it was a walkthrough for you guys. But going forward away from like where you were just at, you want to like exit the building and then go out and around, kind of like where you're heading up to future Braytech area, and you want to head into where this fan's at, and up at the top right hand corner there is a Void data cache, and you can use a sidearm, again, scout rifle, whatever. I mainly stick with scout rifles on this and my grenade launcher because those are like the 2 most effective things that I found. And again, I wasn't thinking about using a sniper rifle at the time, but you can use a sniper rifle if that's helps you out a little bit better on being a little bit more precise. And with heavy weapon, it takes probably about 1-2 bullets, if not more. Exiting where you were just at, not heading up to Future Braytech, you want to kind of jump on top of the bridge. You can get a couple of data caches from this point. You want to jump on the second not air duct, Jesus Christ. One of the second pillars on the left-hand side or right-hand side, depending on which way you're looking. And then up at where this Clovis Bray tower is at, where you just were at underneath, there is a Kinetic in the tower. It's really hard to see and really hard to shoot at. I'd recommend an area effect scout rifle or a sniper, preferably, or even a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher if you're pretty precise with them. But again, that one was Kinetic, and it's pretty tough to see. My boyfriend is actually the one that spotted that for me. But the next one I'm doing is I'm doing a protocol. So, give me a second here. Gotta get a cat off my chair. There we go. But basically, whenever you do the protocol, you want to look for, whenever you're trying to get the Valkyrie, look for something that says like dispel or something of the sort, or it's highlighted green. Just kind of stand on top of one of those things and kind of scour around. But this first Valkyrie is underneath the bridge, where I will be standing for the next couple of ones afterwards. But there it is. You can smash or you can shoot the Valkyrie. It does not matter, because that explosive damage that it does, kind of like with the Iron Axe whenever the Iron Lords came out, was very powerful, and so with this one it made it even more powerful. So I kind of failed here a couple times, I'm not gonna lie, trying to get this next Valkyrie one, which is in a tree. And it's literally right beside the other Valkyrie one that I just did. But basically, I activated a protocol, and I didn't realize there was a public event getting ready to start too. So that was my stupidity. And you'll see me fail here probably a couple times. But I just noticed that there was a dispel over there. I actually did fail a couple of times, but like, I kind of edited it out-ish. But anyways, like, you just kind of avoid as much as possible with the damn thralls and shit, because they're just so horrible. This protocol is so hard. But this tree over here where this white rock is at, you can just smash. You don't have to, you know, shoot or anything like that with the Valkyrie. I mean, people are like, I can't get it because I need to shoot it. No, you can smash, I promise. As long as you're close to the tree, you'll have no problem, I promise. Now, however, with that bridge, it might be a little bit easier just to shoot it because of how difficult it is to smash with it. I tried smashing with it on my boyfriend's account. I couldn't, for some reason, get it to blow up. So shooting would be the best bet if you're underneath the bridge one. Okay, that's 2 out of 3 for the Valkyries. The third one will be a little bit later in the video. But anyways, proceeding back up to the bridge where we were originally at, I'm going to stand on this train up here, if I can ever get on it. And right above here is a Kinetic damage data cache, and then literally right beside it, on top of the rocks, is a solar data cache. And then eventually, whenever I get finished shooting this, and I don't know if I remember recording the where it was at, I didn't, but basically wherever you were shooting the first Kinetic one, where it was on top of the bridge or whatever, in that same area, you want to go inside the room, and there is a Kinetic data cache literally inside of a toe. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. You know, whenever I was seeing them around, I thought they were like little decorations or something, but I didn't know. I tried shooting at them with every type of weapon that I could think of, but it wasn't destroying. But I think I was mainly shooting them with my Kinetic weapons instead of anything else, but they were like solar and void. Alright, anyways, you want to head kind of past the loot crate, the golden chest. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I am super tired. Past the golden chest. If you don't know where the golden chests are at, I will be glad to link that up above for you guys. But anyways, I am like switching around my weapons and kind of destroying some stuff. I found it a little bit easier to try to shoot this one. This one was pretty hard to shoot. And I was using all types of weapons just to see how far the distance was. But I eventually went to my area of effect scout rifle with element, and this one is solar. It is very hard to shoot. You have to be basically precise. And I found it much easier getting closer to the rocks to be able to see it. Much more shine than anything. And again, snipers are pretty much going to be your best friend with these data caches because they're basically all far away. Other than that, it was just a lot of work. And you know, I'm doing this solo, so like it's hard, especially doing it solo and you have like nobody to help you. Though my boyfriend was helping me, so I'm thankful for that because he has a really keen eye for shiny things. But anyways, proceeding more into where you're going. On this rock, like, I passed this 3 times before I found out where it was at. It's kinetic. It's really simple. I mean, if you just basically, you go forward like you're driving into it and then just quickly turn around, you'll see it, like, no problem. I literally passed it. I'm not kidding you, like, 3 times before I noticed it. But anyways, you want to proceed into, like, the war mine area and just basically kill everything so that way you're not struggling. And then out here on the left hand side there is a solar data cache for you guys, and it's just right there on the edge, just lingering out there for you to shoot. And that is in the dynamite approach. Of course, me looking around, looking for those music boxes and stuff. Alright, whenever you start getting to these doors that open up, you want to head to the right hand side, and then in this room with all these memory cores, you want to make sure you stay on the right hand side. And the reason why you want to stay on the right hand side is because it's just easier to get to this spot. And once you get to this spot that has like these golden plates everywhere, if you want to turn around and look up, there is a kinetic damage data cache waiting for you. And I found that one by total accident. Just so happened to look up and like, oh, there it is. But these don't really make any sounds. I've turned my sound completely way up, and it didn't make no sounds. The only thing I mainly heard was like music from Rasputin. But anyways, the door that you headed in, you want to head back to the left hand side of the other door that you didn't go through. And you want to make sure you go through this secret passage. It is a shootout little grate thing, kind of like how caches, I can't speak, Cade's loot caches, his hidden loot. It was in Destiny 1. If you go through here, there's not really any loot. There's a Rasputin music box in here, so if you're having trouble finding the one that says somewhere over on the mind or whatever, this will probably be the one that you're looking for. But you want to hit this console over here on the left hand side. It'll play a little bit of a ballet music, but that will activate a door that you have to have open for another data cache a little bit further in the video. So I'm just again looking around. I apologize if some of these clips are a little bit long. It's just I was drinking tea, coffee, and talking with my boyfriend whenever I was doing this, and also writing down some stuff as well for my videos. But just keep proceeding around, and then whenever you get to this part that has like this glass ceiling with these like 2 giant generators, you want to head on the probably the left hand side would be the one that I believe that has it more open and not more wired, and then try to jump up would be your better bet. And it is a void data cache. This one was a little tricky for me because I kept going on the wrong side to get up here, and it was just pissing me off. But that's what they're there for. I mean, the same thing with the dead ghosts. That's what they were there for. They were there to piss you off. But I love and enjoy doing lore, and with Destiny, I feel like there is a lot of lore here. But keep proceeding around the way to get to where you need to, and after you kill all the enemies, you want to go on the left-hand side, and there is a data cache out in the open of the dark abyss in the ice. That is Kinetic. Then going over to the opposite side, up top there is a data cache that is acting like a light, and it is also Kinetic. And that one I totally missed a lot. I sadly had to go use a different video. I had to use a video for that. I actually only missed 3 in total after going through this like 4 or 5 different times. But this data cache, once you're going into this next part, is arc. You can just shoot it with a rocket launcher or whatever, just be kind of careful. And then that secret door I was telling you about is the one to the right that was showing up red. If you go up to it, and I think it's interacting with it, or it'll open up barely, and you have to shoot it. You can't shoot it with the rocket. I tried that. I killed myself. Can't shoot it with a grenade launcher. Tried that. Killed myself. Snipers, assault rifles, whatever would be your better bet on that. But that, I believe, is almost it. There's one more here, and it is in this room. It'll be up top. Just kill all the enemies. Again, it's so much easier if you just kill the enemies. But anyways, it is up top. You want to head to the right hand side after you're done killing all the enemies. We're in front of this radioactive core, and kind of, you'll have to look. You can see the glimmer. It was just barely. But this one is void, so you're gonna have to get a void weapon. Me personally, I like scout rifles, and then with the area of effect damage, it helps so much. But just take your time, be precise about it. Just don't take too much time, because it'll reset and you have to keep putting a lot more bullets into it. This one took a lot of bullets for some reason. I don't know why. I know I was missing a lot, but I was trying not to. That's the bad part about things. When you're trying not to miss, you miss a lot. But it usually takes about maybe 5 shots, and it'll blow the data caches up. But sometimes they just don't want to budge. But that is it for this area of the... I can't even think of the name of this place. So that's it for that area. Anyways, you want to head to Future Braytech now, and I joined the Rogue event. When I spawned in, it was just kind of by random, and at the time, I didn't know that I needed the Valkyrie for this one, because this is one that I needed the video for, because this is one that I was missing, and I looked everywhere. There was only 3 that I was missing. It's just those things you miss all the interiors. Alright, this is one of the data caches that I did on stream, not meaning to. It just kind of happened, because I was just trying to figure out what the hell they were. But there is a data cache on a pole right there, where I'm shooting. It's Kinetic. It's really easy. It's right next to Anastasia Bray, on the outside, so pretty simple, pretty easy peasy, lemon squeezy, because there's like a lot of them that are just like, shoot me. But anyways, proceeding on the outside of the area next to a golden chest, you see this yellow barrel looking thing. It looks like a flammable propane tank. You need to jump on this to be able to get your data cache, because it is so hard to see and you can't even shoot it really, because it's hidden behind something. But I found out that you can use a warlock melee if you have solar equipped, to be able to knock this down so you don't have to use a weapon. I've tried Titan. It doesn't work. Hunter, it may. I'm not sure with the whole throwing knives and stuff. Little star ninjas. Whoa! But anyways, proceeding off of that, you need to head up top to this building up here. For some reason, I went forward just to see if I could jump up there, but I couldn't. But I seen something glimmer up there, and I was trying to figure out where it would be the best possible place to shoot it from. Well, whenever you get up here, you need to get up on top of this building. It's a lot easier to see. Sniper would be your best friend in this. Again, be wary of enemies, because enemies like to spawn out of the freaking blue just to murder your face because they want to laugh at you because they're jerks. But you'll see me switch my weapons around a lot, and I always carry a lot of weapons and a lot of armor with me because I like to switch my armor in and out to benefit my stats as of late. And I just did a colony just to see if it would go to it, and it didn't. But you go up here to the top of the barrel, and there it's right there. It's white, it's kinetic, so you know, majority of these are all gonna be kinetic. There's only a few that are solar, there's only a few that are void, and there's only a few that are Valkyrie, so I would say about good 80% of them are kinetic. But anyways, proceeding on the right hand side of where you were just at for the barrels, where you can see across from me, I just so happened to see this glimmer of light on this damn bridge, and I couldn't tell if it was void, arc, kinetic. It was so hard to see. And then I was able to see whenever I was getting a little bit closer that it was void. So I shot it from far away, but you can shoot it up close. Not too close, but close enough to where you can actually hit it. But I wasn't thinking at the time. I don't think when I do these things, guys, okay? It's just a spur of the moment. But I shot it from a distance, which you'll see me do, which I did. And it was nice, but it's in the damn bridge. Like, when I figured out what the heck these were, I was like, ooh, I can do a video over this, which is really nice and stuff. And I'm sorry this is so long, but I wanted this to be a little bit more informative and a little bit more of a walkthrough. But whenever you spawn into the Future Braytech, on your right hand side at the very top building, there is a solar data cache waiting for you guys. It's real simple, real easy, real peasy. Again, you can use any type of weapon that is your preference. Now, this is the one that I was missing that I couldn't figure out where it was at. But you need a Valkyrie. I recommend just waiting for the War Mine to drop because there's like a bunch of Valkyries that drop everywhere. But you can smash or throw, it doesn't really matter. You see me smash. So just go from there. Choose your preference and your weapon. Everything is your choice. But where I just shot, there was a solar data cache there. For some reason, I lost the video. Well, I didn't technically lose it. It was more like my OBS glitched up and it was all pixelated and I couldn't hardly tell what the hell I was shooting at. But right there where I was shooting, that's a data cache. The thing that I just hit was a panel that to interact with. It leads to over here where it opens up the door on number 2 building. Just slightly enough. I used a colony for my void to be able to get in there, and since it was rotating around, it finally blew up on it, so it gave me the data cache. Now, you'll hear a lot of people call them data cores, data something. I want to call them data cores because that's basically what they remind me of. But the next 2 are in the lost sector of the core. It's a little bit confusing. Basically, once you go in on your, I think it's your first right, it's either your first right or your second right, there's a door that you can interact with, as well as a panel that gives you information about, like, what Clovis Spray did of, like, engrams and other things. I think that one was, like, an engram. And, the next one will be where it talks about, I believe, the exos. I may be wrong about that, but I think it's the exos. When doing this one, I recommend leaving one enemy alive. I did it just to see because I wasn't sure. I just went a spurs a moment to try to get it, and I just switched my weapon because I wasn't too sure, like, if you left one enemy alive, if you had to leave the boss alive, etc, etc. I played around with it. You can kill all the enemies but one, and it'll leave the door open, so long as you don't get the loot cache out of this. Once you kill the last enemy, the door will close and the other door on the opposite side will open to have you exit. Now, again, going back to the beginning of the spawn, next to Anastasia Bray, there is a data cache there waiting for you. It's literally in plain sight. If you guys have not gotten that one, why didn't you shoot it? That's all I'm saying. And then the next one is pretty plain in sight as well. You go inside to go into, like, you're going to the mine lab to go talk to Rasputin. But there is a solar one just basically sitting there right on this little waterfall table looking thing. So right in front of, like, the little triangle that represents, I guess, Rasputin's war mines or whatever. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure some of this stuff out. But proceeding out there and going to Aurora Reach, there is another data cache. You kill the enemies so that way you make sure you're going to stay alive. I made the mistake of not, and I ended up dying. And this is another one that was pixelated, I guess, whenever recording with OBS. I think it was my frames were skipping. But on the second beam underneath this, there is a ARC data cache waiting for you. And proceeding forward, again, just going into, like, you're doing missions and stuff. There is another plain in sight data cache waiting for you. It's void. I just used my Traveler's side pistol, so it's a lot of fun, especially with the Curse of Osiris. I'm just, again, so sad that this DLC was so short. But now we're getting pretty close to the end of this video. Heading into the mine lab of Rasputin. Before exiting from the top part, you want to make sure that you head, you see this data core right there, this data cache. It's solar. You can't shoot at it because it's behind glass. If you look directly in front of you from there, there's actually a little thing you can go through, or you can go on the right hand side that will allow you to go in there. You can go either way. I didn't see that one until whenever I exited. But this one, again, is solar. I just used my Warlock melee. As far as I know, Titans can't do it. Hunters is iffy with the throwing knives and stuff. The only reason why I know it doesn't work for solar Titans is because I tried it on my boyfriend's account. It doesn't work. But keep proceeding forward, keep going through this, follow the video. The video is pretty clear. I'm just speeding up the parts so that way it doesn't, like, confuse you guys and stuff. But as you can tell, I went down and then went back up and saw this glimmer of light at a further distance. So I was trying to figure out if I could switch something, maybe get it this way. I tried it through the scout rifle. I don't think I got it through the scout rifle. I had to use a grenade launcher because it was pissing me off. Because you have to be so precise, and like I said, I wasn't thinking about using a sniper rifle because I think I got rid of all my sniper rifles because of how useless they are now. Which is so sad because I loved using sniper rifles in Destiny 1. I like the grenade launchers though, I will say. I wasn't a big fan of them at the beginning, but after using them a few times, especially for PvE, it's been a lot of fun. But that one, this data cache core is ARC. And again, just proceeding forward and going up top, make sure you kill the enemies. I died about like 6 or 7 times here, so don't judge me. You want to jump off to this right hand side, and you want to make sure you go to the second little thing that I'll show you, the little arc that's downwards. So like you'll see 1 and then 2. And then this is the one you want to get on, is number 2. And then you want to look straight up at this beam, and there is a kinetic damage cache. Alright, we're almost done. Got, I believe, 2 more. But this took a long time to make, and any likes, favorites, shares is greatly appreciated by you guys. I do these videos because they're fun. I do these videos because I feel like I can be more informative than most people, but that's just me. Anyways, proceeding forward on this top doorway before you proceed upwards to Rasputin, there is a kinetic damage data cache. Just waiting for you. I found that one in a mission. I didn't know if you could actually shoot them. That's why I didn't shoot anything, because I wasn't sure what they were. And then I accidentally shot one in my stream and I was pretty pissed. I didn't extract the video because the video was too long. But that's where that one is. Now, the very last one is proceeding through this door that you have to interact with. It is literally right here on the edge that, again, for some reason OBS pixelated and I had to cut the video, but right there would be your last kinetic damage data cache. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to show you where you can get your weapons and your ship, your Sparrow. Whenever you reach level 35, you need to go back to, or level 35, your 35 data cores. You want to proceed down to the core terminus of the Lost Sector in Braytech, Future Tech, whatever it's called. And on your left hand side, whenever you get to this point, which I just showed, is your place where you get your sword. And it's a really nice sword. I really enjoy playing with it. And this is called Pavonis, I believe. And then the other one is called Answers. So this is where you get your Worldline sword. It is really amazing. It's quite fantastic. I had a few people ask me how the heck I got it. And I directed him to another YouTuber that I used his video for to get my last 3 because I could not find them for the life of me. But to get to Answers, you want to head to where you went for the war mine, the first war mine, to be able to get your data cache. And literally just jump down below there and you'll land on this ledge and you'll get your Sparrow, and 2 emblems to give you guides on certain stuff. But again, this is the end of the video now. So got 45 out of 45. It was really amazing to be able to go through and do this. I have been wanting to do this kind of stuff since Destiny 1. I just never really had the courage. I wanted to do it because I love looking for lore and other things like that. So that's just me. But again, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up as it shows me your support. Other than that, all my socials are down below where you can find me. I am live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday at roughly 6 p.m. And I have a video every Friday here on YouTube, and it can be anything from life to gaming to art. I am a variety YouTuber, and that's how I'm gonna stay. So I hope you guys stick around and subscribe if you're new. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Stay batty. Later.